Hello everyone and welcome back to Propway. So recently the new Mortal Kombat movie came out, and of course I'm always looking for new things to build, and this was the perfect opportunity because one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters, Sub-Zero, had a really awesome looking mask, and today I will be showing you guys how to make this. So this mask or helmet splits into two parts. The first part is just the mask. The first part is just the mask piece, and if that's all you guys want to learn how to make, you can stop watching after I make this part. But the second part is going to be this cap, and the two pieces stick together to make one full piece. And I will be providing a free template for you guys to use. So the way that I put this on is I put on the cap piece first. I'm going to look extremely handsome with this on. But once this is on, then you can put on the mask piece. I hope it's centered. And this is it right here. I was actually very proud of this mask. I think the details came out very nicely. And to take it off, you can either, remove the mask first or just take it off as a whole. And that is all there really is to it. So now, please enjoy this tutorial. So as always, I start off with a scrap piece of foam and I start sketching out just a general pattern. Here, I'm just using some screen grabs of the movie as reference photos. And to make sure I get a symmetrical piece, I just fold over one half and I trace it out and I cut out the entire piece. And now I just throw on some contact cement, and this is how we will be connecting the mask piece. And now for all the details on the mask, I just kind of freehand sketch a pattern. And I just use this reference photo as I'm sketching it out. So now to make sure that I get it perfectly symmetrical, I fold over one half and I kind of press the pattern onto the half. And here you can see that the pattern shows up, and I just use a pen to re-outline it. Now to get the indentation on the mask, I use a soldering iron to burn the foam. So this was the first time I ever tried it, so it was a bit of a learning experience. And it's okay if you're not really perfect here. The Sub-Zero mask is kind of rugged, so getting details that are a little bit out of line and not perfect kind of gives it a better, more worn out effect. And now I just cut out the holes. The template will show what holes you need to cut out and which holes you need to burn. Here I'm using an X-Acto knife with a number 11 blade. Another tip when you're cutting is you want to make sure that your blades are always very sharp. So I buy a pack of 100 blades so that I can always replace them. Now here is the nose piece that I sketched out. I am just cutting this out and I will be adding some contact cement to this piece and to the mask, and I will be sticking the two pieces together like this. Now to add a little bit more detail, I am taking a hot glue gun and I'm outlining the nose piece. This gives it a bit of a ridge on the end, which makes it a little more screen accurate. And now I just take some acrylic paint. This color was called gunmetal, which I thought gave a very nice look. So I'm just brushing this on to the entire mask, and I will be adding about 3 or 4 layers of this. Now for the design in the middle of the mask, I sketched out this pattern on poster board and I cut it out. And now here I'm just adding some blue acrylic paint to it. And we will be saving that for later. So this mask has a black liner on it, so I'm just using a scrap piece of black foam that I have. And here I'm tracing it out over the mask. And I will be gluing this to the inside. So I'm just using some hot glue to secure that to the inside of the mask. Now going back to that blue design piece, I tried using a glue stick because I wanted to keep it clean, and contact cement can get a little messy sometimes, and hot glue can get messy. And here's what the mask should look like at this point. So after I painted it, I decided it was looking a little plain, so I added this outside ridge with hot glue, and this gave it a lot more texture and made it look a lot better. So after that, I had to repaint another layer of that gunmetal gray onto it. So now we are going to work on the cap. Here I'm just sketching out the middle piece of the cap. And I heat it up with a heat gun. And I use this very nice expensive tool from the dollar store to make my piece a little more round. You can use whatever you want as a round mold. I just found that this piece was the perfect size for this and it worked out very well. Now I just sketch out some more of the cap and I cut it out and I just add some contact cement to the edges. After applying the contact cement, you want to wait a few minutes for it to become tacky, and then I stick the pieces together just like this. After sketching out some more pieces of the cap, I just add some more contact cement, and these pieces should be the last pieces of this cap. So I used gray foam only because I didn't have black foam. I'm going to have to end up painting this black, but if you guys have black foam, that will remove the need to paint it black, so you can save yourself a step by using black foam. So here I'm just gluing the final pieces together. And your cap should look a little bit like this. As you can see, there are some detail lines on the cap, so I'm just using a pen to sketch out those details. And as I do in a lot of my other projects, I use an X-Acto knife to score those lines. I'm not cutting all the way through, just about halfway. And I will be using a heat gun to heat up those lines, and that'll open them up. So now here I'm adding some black acrylic paint, and again you can skip this step if you just use black foam. So I did a little bit of tweaking to the pattern of the cap, but in the end this is what you should have. As you can see, I added this middle section because the first cap was a little tight. And you can see here that there are two seams that I had to glue in, but the final template should fix this issue. And now I use a sealing coat of Mod Podge, and I just brush it on to the entire piece. At this point, you can just glue your mask to the cap. I wanted it to be removable, so I'm going to add Velcro straps to it. And to make sure that I put the Velcro in the correct spot, I just mark this line right here with a pen. As you can see, here is the pen mark that I made, and that should line up with the mask. So here I just cut some short pieces of Velcro, and I'm going to be gluing that to the cap and mask using contact cement. So once you have your pieces glued on, they should line up very nice, just like this. So here's the first side, and then I already added Velcro to the second side. And you should end up with a Sub-Zero mask that looks just like this. And here is the final product. Thank you guys for watching the tutorial. As always, I hope you learned something. And if you see something that you would have done differently, feel free to comment below and let me know. I'm always open to learn new techniques. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video.